pattern would fit into a fill if you're playing like and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 2 and 3 and 4 So that's where that when you come back into the pattern part. And if you play it as an exercise, you just play it over and over. That kind of thing. If you just want to, get the practice of playing it as an exercise, then when you put it into the fill context, but I promise, because you'll get not only double feel, you'll get your triplets in there, you'll get your triplets fast because you have to play them in between those 16th notes, and then in addition, when you're coming out of it, you're playing a triplet note figure on the bass drum coming into the 4 and 1. So that's the part where you're playing. So it gives you a good opportunity to kind of get that into muscle memory and practice it and just get it faster over time. But yeah, I'm still working on it myself, but it can go into a lot of things and really get your one pedal, working to your advantage, and then that way you can keep the hat going. Yeah, Get it faster than that, or playing quarters. That kind of idea. Or if you're playing with the 8s, or with the 16ths, I should say. Kind of feather it and get it in a double figure. Or a triplet figure. You can kind of have fun with it, but that exercise specifically will really, really help that. I know it sure did mine, and honestly, it's kind of a secret little lick that is passed down, from mentor to mentor. Not saying I'm your mentor, but what I'm saying is my mentor passed it down to me, because not too many people know about it, except for more intermediate to advanced players. And the way that you can incorporate it is really great, and it makes for a really unique fill. If you just bring it around the kit as you do it. That. You can do or move it like I was saying in one other time, where you split your hands up here. Alright guys, turn into another long video, but hopefully this helps, Brian. I wanted to make sure I just kind of played it for you so you could hear what it's like, and then where it's fit in at, and then where you can have fun with it, so then that way you can just kind of make it your own, so this is by no means saying like it has to be played this way or anything like that. I'm just trying to show how you can use the one pedal to your advantage and phrase it in different ways, and either use toe ball, using a feathering motion where it's all in the ankle motion, keeping your ankle as low to the pedal as possible but still heel up, or playing on the toes, and pointing down on the toes. I see a lot of people play like that. I don't really highly recommend it, where you're foot is basically doing like this kind of thing, where it's pointed and pushing down on the pedal like this, it's better to have your foot in a flat position, because any ankle movement you make will translate into the pedal better. If you stick your foot straight down, you're going to have a heck of a time trying to get doubles out in the right way, because the way you're trying to play doubles is by pointing your toe twice, rather than doing a toe ball, toe ball, toe ball, which will make for a much more articulate double. And I've heard people complain that, like, I have a Speed Cobra, Iron Cobras, DWs, DW5000, DW3000 for my student kits and that kind of stuff. And even people playing on really good pedals, they're like, well, this is really hard to do a double on. And what I've noticed is, because I see their foot pointing straight down and they're trying to play the pedal, everything they play with their toes. So if you play everything with your toes, you have to raise your leg up to get that double each time, rather than doing it in one fluid motion with only one leg raise. So, there's anatomical reasons. Our joints work in the same way. Our fingers only bend in a certain way. Playing with the wrist and fingers, that's why that's so important with German grip. And even with French grip, you're playing fingers. If you're using power stroke and using a lot of energy in everything you play, you're going to get tired faster. You're going to injure yourself, because all the shock is going to go up into your hand rather than letting the stick bounce. So when I do this, all the shock, see how the stick just bounces right back up into my hand without me having to guide the stick back up into my hand? That's what I mean. So sometimes I see people playing like this. Now, all that shock is going straight up into your fingers, your wrist, your hand, your joints, and believe me, eventually you'll get tendonitis or joint problems or something like that if you keep doing that through the longevity of your whole career of drumming. So, just things I found along the way, and by no means do I claim that I'm the end-all be-all of instruction or anything like that. I just like sharing information and then showing the different ways that I learn those things and the reasons why I learned them, just because of certain shortcomings that I have as a drummer, and wanting to work on those and make sure that even if there are certain things I struggle with my legs and my back and that kind of stuff, that I can still at least hold a groove down. And I might have to simplify the bass drum a little bit, just so that I don't risk, my legs misfiring at the wrong time, but I'm still able to play them, and get the main groove down and get the bass line down so that everyone can follow along with what's being played. So, all right, guys, just talking video, and I try to sprinkle them in with some lesson videos and playing videos and that kind of stuff, so that way there's a little more variety and you just don't hear me and Cameron jamming out or me just freestyling or that kind of stuff. So that way there's some useful instruction in the stuff too. Okay, guys, love all ya. Thank you guys so much for the subs and people coming, and Zach, I highly respect you, my friend. Found you in a podcast and saw you holding sticks in your picture. Immediately had to come check you out.